Password, Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
At Sentio, our Invest for Good philosophy is based on a real desire to use our investment skills for the benefit of broader society. We are committed to supporting our community by investing responsibly, giving charitably, and developing talent that will transform the investment industry. As an ethically based asset manager, we are focused on delivering superior risk-adjusted returns for our clients, regardless of market conditions. Visit us at www.sentio-capital.com for more information on our Sharia investment products and start saving with us today. Sentio Capital Management. Invest for good. Sentio Capital Management is an authorized financial services provider.
Zakah has the power to end extreme poverty. If the whole world gave zakah, it could end extreme poverty many times over. Islamic Relief has been distributing zakah for over 38 years. Our zakah policy complies with strict Sharia guidelines. It's endorsed by qualified scholars, and it only goes to eligible rights holders. So, harness the power of your zakah with Islamic Relief.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media. We do apologize for the little technical difficulties that we experienced. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk with me, Mario Mukwanda, and today we're going to be discussing or getting some insight on what to do when your social media account has been hacked with my broadband editor and investigative journalist, Jan Vermeulen. Good day, Jan, and thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure to be here. Sorry about that. StreamYard broke something in my browser. I managed to fix it, but too late.
Yeah, no, that I guess we all have those days. Now,
yes.
Why do hackers hack social media accounts? Because when they hacked into my account, that's one question that I've been asking myself all this time, and I still don't have the answer to it.
Yeah, it's for various reasons. You think that as a small fry, I'm hardly Elon Musk or someone like that, with many millions of followers. Well, why would they be interested in me? And the thing is, it's unfortunately got to a stage where it's become lucrative enough for these attackers to go after ordinary people on these platforms. It seems. We didn't think this day would come, but here we are, and for a variety of reasons. The one of the main ones we see is a kind of scam we call the begging scam. So somebody gets into your social media and then they send all of your contacts or followers direct messages saying, "Please, I need some help." Or, just directly, "Listen, I'm short of 1,500 rand. Can you please send it to me?" And in South Africa, we've got all kinds of mechanisms that folks use. So that they might say, "E-wallet it to me." So then you send them a voucher code. They cash out the money at an ATM and it's gone because it's cash, right? So it's not even like a bank transfer that's traceable or something like that. They try to get you to deal in cash. And so that's basically the reason why is if you break into enough accounts, like this and, get enough people to e-wallet you money, then you've made a decent amount of money on a day. So that's one of the reasons we're unfortunately seeing this happen. There's other reasons as well. They might want to break into your social media account to try and break into more accounts by phishing information from contacts or sending them spam links. You're sending your contact spam links that they then click on, that infects their computer with viruses or gets them to provide their banking information. So there's all kinds of reasons they do it. And so, the days of having some relative safety because, we're not prominent individuals, or at least as prominent as Elon Musk is over. These attackers go after anybody now.
Wow. And I had been receiving messages and phone calls from some of my followers who I also have on Facebook and WhatsApp. And they'd been asking me if my account was hacked because all of a sudden I sent them a suspicious looking message. And then the following day, all of a sudden I was a trader earning this amount of money. And I'm like, okay, guys.
Right.
It's not me. I am not a trader and I don't know what is happening, but all I know is that my account has been hacked. And whatever you do not click on any links and do not entertain the hacker because they might probably hack you too. And unfortunately, one of the people who did not see the message was hacked because of responding to a message which came from my account. So how do hackers hack one's social media account?
For these reasons, they're trying to get people to give them money, or they're trying to steal people's usernames and passwords that way.
Wow, and you wonder like, what are you going to do with someone's username and password? And then after a while, you just move on to the next person, and this person has probably built their profile for a while, and it's gone after that, or is it gone? Can you retrieve it?
You can retrieve your accounts. So each service has different procedures for reporting a hacked or stolen account, and you can get that information by simply searching for it. So if you go Instagram hacked account or Twitter hacked account, Facebook hacked account, the processes for trying to recover your account will be highlighted on those pages. So each one has a slightly different process, but there are ways to recover your account if it's been hacked.
All right. I tried that actually, and I was successful. But after the hacker realized that they no longer have access to my account, they then changed the passwords and the contact numbers and emails. So I was further kicked out, and there's nothing else I could do to retrieve the account. And also, I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's your experience there is something that everybody can learn from. Is when you have recovered access to your account, it's incredibly strange that the attacker was still able to access your account at that point, but is to take every possible step to secure that account, including changing the password. There might even be an option in the app to say log out everybody else, kick everybody else who's logged into this account out. Revoke their permissions. So there's it's really strange that they were able to get back into your account after you had recovered it. That speaks to, unfortunately, really bad design on Instagram's part.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. But anyway, it is what it is, and we learn from our experiences, and we do better when we move forward. Now, how can we protect accounts from future hacking?
Yeah, so it depends on how much protection you want, right? So the first thing everybody should do, obviously, is choose strong passwords. And, you can't expect, and part of a strong password is a unique password. every single service that you have should have, every single thing that you log into should have its own password. And the reason for that is so that if somebody hacks your password on one account, they can't use that same password to hack multiple accounts. Now, you can't expect anybody to remember 200 passwords. And so I recommend that people use a password management service, or write it down, good old-fashioned pen and paper. It's not the best. Either one of those solutions have their pros and cons, but the cons are far outweighed by the downfall if you have the same password across multiple services. So have unique passwords, have strong passwords, use a password manager to help you. My favorite is Bitwarden if people are looking for a good password manager, but there are many options available out there. 1Password is one, LastPass, KeyPass. There's really a lot of good password manager options out there. It's freely available as well, like Bitwarden. You don't have to pay for one if you can't. And then there's the next level. So if you've got your strong password and everything in place, the next level is to go to two-factor authentication. So I see Instagram in particular does support two-factor authentication, but that is quite inconvenient. But if you found your account hacked, or at least one of your accounts hacked ever, then I strongly recommend that people start using two-factor authentication, even though it's extremely inconvenient. Basically, how two-factor authentication works, we're all familiar with it. It's the same as your online banking, right? So if you log into your online banking profile and you want to do a transaction, then usually you get a one-time PIN to use somewhere. It used to be SMS to us, but nowadays it comes in your banking app, right? Or your banking app might give a pop-up which says, someone has requested this transaction, please authorize it. That's two-factor authentication. So if you've ever used online banking, modern online banking in South Africa, then you'll know what two-factor authentication is, because that's it. That's what two-factor authentication is. And a lot of these social media services support that. So if you can turn on two-factor authentication for something, I strongly encourage people to do that. That is a massive deterrent to a potential hacker. So even if they get your password, they can't get into your account because they don't have the second factor, the app or the code that gets sent to your phone. So those are the two major things people can do to protect their accounts from hacking. Then the same general rules as always apply. Hackers will sometimes be able to exploit vulnerabilities in these services that only get patched afterwards, that let them get in without a password, right? So either that is they trick you into clicking on a link and get in that way. But then also, because now you've got a strong password and everything's set up. What's the easiest way to get your password out of you is ask. So you need to be very suspicious of emails or WhatsApp messages or SMSs, any message with a link in it, and especially if it's like a too good to be true offer or something that tries to get you to panic. It's like you need to click this and provide details, or else the SARS is going to arrest you, or your bank is going to close your account, or if click on this link and you will get 20,000 rand. Like all those things are lies. Don't click the link, because sometimes there are new attacks, new viruses, new vulnerabilities out there that allows these attackers to just get into your account by just clicking the link. But sometimes, you get lucky and it's not just a simple attack like that, but it's still a phishing attack. Then they set up like a whole web page that makes it look really legit, like it looks like a Facebook login page or something like that. And they get to type in your username and password. And now they've got your password. Again, even though you've chosen the world's strongest password, 16 characters long, uppercase, lowercase, special characters, numbers, but now you've typed it in and now they have it. And so you have to be careful of those kinds of attacks as well. So those are the general pieces of advice I always give when people ask me how to protect yourself. Strong passwords, unique passwords, use a password manager. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. Don't click links in any message. If it's like from a bank or from the tax man or even from a friend and it's suspicious, confirm. Rather than clicking on the link, go to your bank's website directly. Go to the taxman's website, the SARS's website directly, and look for the information there, rather than clicking on a link that could compromise your safety.
Right, and quickly, with the account that has been hacked, what can you do about it? Can you get the social media bodies, Instagram or Facebook, to block it and remove it, or what happens to the account?
Yeah, so they all have different procedures available on their websites. So usually that's focused on recovery, though. So once if you can't recover the account, then perhaps you can report it. But there's usually no reporting option to say this account was hacked and needs to be deleted. But you can report it for other stuff. So you can report it for posting, phishing attacks or that sort of thing. And then the account, they'll review the reports and they might take action and delete it. Each social media platform has its own process for doing that kind of stuff. And to report an account, unfortunately, usually you need an account, which is also inconvenient for people who don't want to sign up for accounts necessarily, but do browse on these platforms. That's one weakness in all these systems. But yes, there are systems in place to report fraudulent accounts and to recover hacked accounts.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Jan, and for giving us some insight on that. I hope whoever's listening will take heed of the advice, because I have lost my account, and that's it. I can only create another one, and hopefully that this hacker or other hackers don't try and hack into my new account.
Yes, and definitely for you, even though it's very inconvenient, I would highly recommend, since you've been a target already and we know that you've been a target, I would highly recommend two-factor authentication.
Yes, I have since got an app for that and enabled it on my other account. So yeah, I'm one step there. Thank you so much once again, Jan. Have a wonderful day.
It's a pleasure. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was my broadband editor and investigative journalist, Jan Vermeulen, giving us insight on what to do if your social media account has been hacked and how to protect your account from further hacking, or future hacking rather. One of them is to enable two-factor authentication. Get an app that will assist you with the two-factor authentication. It's very important to create a strong password. And we're not talking about no password 123. No, that is not a strong password. That is just giving your hacker or potential hacker easy access to your accounts. And one thing for sure, do not use the same passwords for your Gmail account, your email accounts, your banking accounts, and your social media. Do not use the same accounts, because then just forget about it, because from there onwards, it's your banking details, it's your money, it's your savings, it's everything. So don't. If you feel like your passwords aren't strong enough, go and change them. And while you're changing them, write them down. Write them down, put them in a journal, in a diary, somewhere on your cloud, so that you know that your passwords are safe. And this old school of writing down is the best way to go. It is 1 minute past 1. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media, and it's time for me to love and leave you. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 11 to 1, right here on Salam Media. From myself, Mario Mukwanda, and the team, Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.